morning. This is Mike Lodge. I am the business advisor, and I'm glad that you're here with me. It's a beautiful day. I wish you could look out the window of my office here. And it is really beautiful because the leaves are starting to turn their red colors, and leaves are beginning to, well, they've been falling for over 2 weeks now. I know because I've been out there raking them up, but it's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful way to start a morning, right? To start a day with a cup of coffee and looking out onto a beautiful sight, and you say, okay, great, life is perfect. I can keep moving forward. One of the things that I'm highly concerned about is in this recession, we are seeing a lot more fraud going on. I know myself, even this morning, I got a message through instant messenger from a guy on Facebook. And his first question was, hey, are you interested in investments? And I said, if you are going to try and sell me on crypto, the answer is no. And his response back was, no. Hey, would you like to see my account? So right there, I knew that he was running a scam. People who are selling crypto or Bitcoin or anything like that on Facebook or Instagram, I get hundreds of these things a week from people who are trying to get you involved in this. They have no background in investments. They have no background in crypto. They probably don't even really know how it works. But they all basically have the same story, the same scam that they run. I've got an uncle, he owns an investment house, and it goes on. There are tons of them out there. But they have no idea what they're selling, and they have no idea what the risk is to individuals who invest in these scams. Because a lot of times the money is going nowhere. I'll tell you another one that I received just last night on my cell phone. Now, I use my cell phone for business, and so I never know who's going to call me on my cell phone or send me a text message or anything. So what they're doing now is they send you, by random, they send you a message. Hi, is this Mike? Now, I don't know how they knew my name, but somehow they did. Is this Mike? And I said, yes. And the responding text was, and I said, I don't know you. Well, basically, I said to the person, I don't know you. And then she came back with her name and that she lives in New York. Well, and I kept saying, I don't know you. And what they're going to lead to, again, is crypto. Am I interested in crypto? Am I interested in Bitcoin? And these are people not in the United States, even though they say, I'm up in New York. And the next thing they will probably tell you, yeah, I'm in the fashion business. That seems to be a common thread. But what they're trying to do is get you involved in this nonsense of crypto and Bitcoin. They have no investment background. They have no idea what they're doing. The third one that I received, I get this almost every day. And it's usually from Walmart or Amazon or eBay. And they say, you just purchased a $700 television. And I know I haven't. And they have no address on it. And what they send you is an invoice. And it doesn't have your address on it to where they're shipping it to or anything. But what it is that they are trying to get you to call that 1-800 number down at the bottom and dispute it and give them your credit card to use. And they're not going to put money back in. They are going to take money out. Please do not fall for this. If you get an invoice from any one of these companies, and if you look at the email address, it's never from the company. It's from somebody on Gmail or Yahoo or someplace like that. Listen, people are really good at these scams. And they make it look like it's an official invoice, an official letter, an official whatever it may be. And it's nothing but nonsense. because they're trying to scam you on your money. Listen, when we get into a recession, it's really easy for people to scam. It's like an art form that they've developed. And one of the things that I have seen, and I hate it more than anything else in the world, are these phone calls and everything else from people who say that they're from the Internal Revenue Service. The Internal Revenue Service is never going to call you, okay? Get that in your mind. The IRS will never call you. They will send you an official letter from the Internal Revenue Service. And what happens is that people get scared because the thrust of the letter is, if you don't respond to this, we are going to put you in jail. The IRS will never do that. Okay, the IRS will never send you a letter threatening you that you are going to go to jail. It just doesn't happen. If there's anything illegal that you've done, you are going to be contacted by the Internal Revenue Service. You will be expected to respond to them. And if there's anything criminal about it, you will be visited by the Criminal Division of the Internal Revenue Service. You will be visited. But they're not going to call you. And they're not going to threaten you with jail. That's not the Internal Revenue Service. If you've done something bad, you will know it, because the Internal Revenue Service will be on your doorstep and asking questions. But first comes a letter. Nothing, no phone calls, no nothing like that. So in this recession, all of these scammers are out there. The ones that I hate, and I see it so much on Facebook. Listen, right now is the best time to buy a house, and you can flip it. Now, if you know anything about flipping is not that easy of a job. And right now, if you are buying a house at 7% interest, and the market is still up at an inflated amount that should not be inflated, you're going to be stupid. So you've got all of these people trying to teach you about real estate and trying to get you involved in these get-quick schemes that never pan out, because it's really an expensive item to get into unless you have the money to do it. But you've got these scammers out there, and they're running all the time on Facebook and Instagram, and they're trying to get you involved into their schemes. The only one making money on it is the schemer. So you've spent $2,000 to attend a real estate course, and you didn't learn anything. They're out there, and you got to watch out for them. If you have any questions on whether or not this is a scam or not, call somebody. Call your accountant. Call your best friend. Call somebody and kind of see whether or not what they think. The best person, of course, is to call your accountant. Or send me an email. If you send me an email, I'll leave a link for my email down below, and I'll look for you. But listen, stay away from these scams. They are out there. They're on the internet. They're texting you now. They are doing all this sort of stuff. I don't know how they get your telephone numbers to send you a text. I think at this moment, I'm about ready to change my number, which I have had this number for almost 20 years now. And I'm going to have to change it, because I'm just getting too many texts and messages and phone calls and everything else trying to sell something. And listen, once you get past 50 years of age, you get a lot more of these scammers. I don't know how they find out what you are, but they think that the older you are, the more susceptible to their scam you are. And sometimes it's true. I have seen people who have said, I just sent $5,000 to the Internal Revenue Service through Walmart. The Internal Revenue Service doesn't use a Walmart account or an Amazon account or whatever that person is trying to sell you on. They don't do that. So I'm telling you, be very, very careful. Block those numbers. When you see a number that doesn't make any sense to you, that you don't know, block it. That's the best thing that you can do on your Facebook, on your Instagram, on any social media entity that you're using, or on your cell phone. Block the number. Because you've got to start blocking these things because they get passed on to another person, onto another person, onto another person, and pretty soon a whole bunch of people have your information to get to you. And that's what they're trying to do, is they're trying to get to you. They're trying to get not just to you, but they want to get to your credit card. They want you to send them some money. So anybody that you don't recognize, that you don't know, block them. Because that's the only way that you can protect yourself on getting bombarded with scams. And I tell you, I am, since I'm in business, my numbers are out there. And my emails are out there. So I am getting emails and text messages and telephone calls and everything from people who are not legitimate in business. They're not. I tell you, I talk about ethics a lot. And people who are evil enough to try to run a scam on you have no ethics whatsoever, and they will keep trying and trying and trying. I don't know how many times that I have gotten the same email, almost for the exact same dollar amount, for the exact same product from all these scammers out there, because they think if they send you an official looking invoice that you're going to take. You're going to pay attention to it. And listen, now when I get an invoice from anybody, it's an automatic deletion. I know which vendors I'm using. And I'm certainly not using eBay. I'm not using Amazon. I'm not using any of those other accounts because there are too many fake accounts out there now. And so I've had to protect myself from all of these scammers. And they are the biggest scammers. And the majority of them are in Pakistan and India. And you see it all the time. And they will send you beautiful pictures of beautiful Asian women. And they are not who they are. They are from these foreign countries. And you can tell just by the questions. And sometimes they even ignore the questions you ask them. Because they don't want to get into that detail. They don't want to get into that where they're going to be flubbed up. And they get flubbed up all the time. I play along with it now, and some of these people I drag on for weeks, and just trying to keep them away from other people. And there are other people out there that do the same thing, where we're trying to get rid of the amount of time that these scammers use on people. And in an inflationary time, in a recessionary time, people are looking at ways to make money. But they're looking at the fast way. They're not looking at an ethical way or legitimate way. So I just wanted to do this podcast for you this morning to please be alert at all times. If you are above 50, you have to pay more attention to this because they're after you. They know that you're susceptible and that you might even believe what they're saying. Don't. Just block them. Listen, this is Mike Lodge. If you would like to have more access to me, you can go to www.lodge.co.com. Again, that's www.lodge.co.com. This is Mike Lodge. I am the business advisor. If you have any questions and if you have any concerns of whether or not you are being hit by a scam, send me an email at that's in the body of this podcast, and I'll try and help you. This is Mike Lodge. Have a great day. Bye-bye.